This is Wildcat Stadium in Eagan, Minnesota, the site for tonight's boys varsity match between the visiting Panthers from Lakeville North and your Eagan Wildcats. For Nathan Cron, my name is Skip Newton. We are really happy to be here on Eagan TV. It's the final conference game for both teams tonight. Section play starts next Tuesday. The game may or may not have significant implications for either team. Eagan sitting comfortably in second place in the South Suburban Conference. A win here and a Rosemount loss to Farmington could put them into a tie for first place. However, Nathan, in my opinion, that probably won't make a difference. They're probably destined for the 2 seed in the section. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, they're probably destined for the 2 seed in the section, Skip. That'll start next Tuesday, given their run of form generally and the fact that Rosemount has the head-to-head. So even if they tie for and get a piece or a share of the conference title, I imagine the Rosemount Irish will be the number 1 seed in Section 3 AAA. These Wildcats still have a lot to I wouldn't say a lot to prove, but a lot to get cleaned up. Maybe I'll say it that way. It's not that they can't score some goals. As of late, they've started scoring more goals, but they've also occasionally had some challenges defensively. And of course, there have been a few injuries on the bench, as a few players are missing tonight. So the Wildcats need to get clean and get healthy heading into sections.
Yeah, one of those injured players is number 24, John Tesdahl, one of the defensive players, sophomore on the back line, has missed a few games due to injury. He only played like 3 minutes in his last game, had to come out, look like a tailbone or lower back injury. He's over there warming up, so we may see him tonight. That would be a good sign. Of course, the other side is there's 6 games until section. If he doesn't play tonight, there's no chance of aggravating it, and maybe then he can be healthy for section playoffs. We'll find that out as the game goes on. Of course, Eagan wearing their home blue uniforms. They're going to head left to right across your device. The Panthers from Lakeville North wearing their road whites. Eagan has the kick, and this is the beginning of the game. We'll get you the lineup as we play. This is Zayan Oliet. The right side, he's going to feather this one across. It's a header, and it's in! It's a goal! An awesome start here for the Wildcats. I want to say number 21, Blake Prouty on the receiving end, headed that one into the corner. 17 seconds into the game, Oliet to Blake Prouty, and the Wildcats have a 1-0 lead.
Well, it's a dream sequence start for the Wildcats as Oliet goes around the edge, beats the corner defender, and fires a crossing laser that honestly I thought it was too hard. I saw it off his foot, Skip Newton, and I thought, oh, that's too hard. That's going to find the touch line on the other side. It's just too much. And Blake Prouty, assuming that was Prouty rising to that occasion, wow, what a goal.
Just a fantastic start. You've got Oliet up front with Jake Sondag, who's chasing after this one as we speak. The goal scorer, Prouty, on the ball now. On the far side, you've got Eric Knoll. Sion Tapa in the middle as well. Prouty has us up to Sondag. This is Tapa. Trying to find Sondag through that back line of the Lakeville North defense. Looks like we are incorrect. It is not Prouty. It is number 13, Mike Johnson. So I apologize for that error.
Skip, you've been talking in several games about the propensity of Michael Johnson to be good in the air. He was really good in the air there just now.
And the mistake there, both Johnson and Prouty are tall players, both good with their head in the air, but no surprise, Johnson just fantastic in the air with his head. On the back line, on the far side, we've got number 17, that's Eddie Moore, number 19 on the far side. Right next to him, Tyler Walcott's on the near side. Far side, it looks like that's Tarek Salim, always playing the left back. Excuse my mistake there. And then Asher Brunette in the middle with Eddie Moore. So that makes up your back line. Of course, the goal scorer, Michael Johnson, number 13, with that header off of Oliet in the first minute, just 17 seconds in. A fantastic start for Eagan as they're trying to complete the week with 2 wins as they were victors down in Farmington on Monday, 2-0. Wildcats will throw this one in. Played out by the defense of the Panthers, so Wildcats gets another shot at it.
Jake Sondag against the Farmington Tigers on Monday did something that You'll have to listen to me describe it, ladies and gentlemen, but did the soccer equivalent to an empty net goal as the Farmington Tiger keeper had come forward for a corner, and Sondag took the clearance, beat the defender and the keeper running back, and found the back of the net for a 2-0 lead. Rather exciting.
Yes, that was the proverbial nail in the coffin, as Eagan had been nursing a one-goal lead for the majority of that game. Now they earn a corner on the far side. Looks like Tapa lining this one up. See if that magical header can be there again. And this one goes low into the near post. Cleared out easily by the Panthers. Tapa's going to let Salim take the throw in, but he's going to have to step back a ways here. Cleared out by the Panthers, right behind where Salim was. One goes in the middle. That one's intercepted nicely by Asher Brunette. Eddie Moore, starter now that he's up on varsity permanently, playing very well since his call-up. A senior as well, a nice addition to this squad. Long ball's going to go easily to the goalkeeper, as always, who's made every start this season, Evan Woodley.
Section playoffs in soccer they're relatively short. They're not the Stanley Cup playoffs, but it's still a battle of attrition. You still have bodies that are nursing injuries. You still have bumps and bruises. And so you want to have a squad that's strong, that's deep, that has the ability to absorb the occasional injury or the occasional knock. And that's what players like Eddie Moore give Coach Boutuli, is the ability to, get enough bodies, enough quality bodies out on the pitch so that they can be successful and play their kind of soccer.
And when you're talking depth, that back line for the Wildcats has probably 3 or 4 capable starters sitting on the bench right now. I already talked about John Tesdall, who's been trying to come back from an injury. You've got early in the season starters Alex Newton and Peyton Jensen, both on the bench and able and capable and ready as well. So quite a few options here for Coach Boutuli to go to defensively, depending on the makeup of the opponent and what matchups he wants to play. One's hoof deep over the head of Salim and too far into touch on the far side. Salim will throw this one back in. Some nice triangle passing there by the Wildcats to try and relieve pressure. They finally go long. Johnson has this. He's going to go long. Looking for Oliet. It's deflected over to him. He's got 2 guys try and get through. Touch is not right where he wanted that one.
Well, he had a little bit aspirational there. That would have been an ambitious ball between 2 defenders.
Brunette plays that one with the chest. Has it now. Plays it safe over to Moore. He's going to go long. A nice long left foot. This is Knoll. Cuts it in the middle, takes a right foot shot down on the ground. Diving save there for the goalkeeper, Craig. Sophomore goalkeeper, Preston Craig. Also to note, number 18 out there, Braden Holker, an 8th grader starting for Lakeville North. You do not see that very often.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, you have to be such a fantastic, such a special player to be that young and to be in the starting lineup at the varsity level. It's one thing when we've seen girls occasionally do it, but in the boys' game, there's just more physical play, Skip Newton, and you wonder if an 8th grader, any 8th grader, unless his name is Pele or Ronaldo or Cristiano Ronaldo or something like that, you wonder if an 8th grader is physically able to be rugged enough, to be strong enough to be able to play in those situations. I guess we'll find out tonight.
Another throw in here for the Wildcats. This is Wildcats. The cross earlier was deflected out nicely by the Wildcat defense. I believe that was Moore taking away a potential scoring opportunity for the Panthers. Burnett's going to play this one long, looking for Sondag. Sondag pressuring from behind. Potential turnover here to Knoll. He's got it. He's got options. Can he get something open? That's Prouty looking for Tapa. He should get there before it gets into touch, but now he's buried into the corner. Trying to create some space. Back to Prouty. Unfortunately, it was up at his head. He couldn't control that. Had that been lower, that would have been a golden opportunity, as he was all alone in front of the goal about 20-some yards out. Oliet, give and go. Tapa.
One too many gives in that give and go.
Trying to find a way to penetrate that Panther defense for a good shot on goal. For those of you who tuned in late, you missed a fantastic start. Just 17 seconds into the game, a header by number 13, Mike Johnson, off an Oliet cross into the upper corner, giving the Wildcats an early 1-0 lead. Wildcats possessing on the far touch. Doing a nice job of control. This is Brunette. Looking for Oliet over the top. He delivers it well, but Oliet can't win this one. It does pressure the ball, gets the turnover, well played, gets some help from Prouty. He's there. He's got it. He crosses. Lakeville heads that one out. Here's a volley. Deflected. Doesn't make it to goal. Oliet unable to possess that one at the corner of the 18. Wildcats deflects that one into the air. Burnett cleans it up.
Wildcats playing fast and decisive. They're making quick decisions with the ball.
Oliet's going to win this one. He's going to bring it back. Nice cross. There's a quick deflection. Sondag fires it high and wide.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's called the beautiful game. It's referred to colloquially with that description and that statement. What we're seeing right now from the Wildcats, Skip, is beautiful. It's passing, it's movement, it's exciting, it's quick, it's everything that the Wildcats need going into sections.
Salim with a nice job winning that one in the air. Goes into touch, but he stopped the forward progress of the Panthers. Flicked on and over by Lakeville North, but Brunette's there to pass that one back to Woodley. Of course, he has to play this one with his feet. Gives it a ride. Oh, nice job by Knoll coming back up to Sondag. Tapa. Pass is a little too strong for Johnson. That's intercepted. Here comes North. About a 4-on-5. Woodley comes off his line to win that one. Plays it almost into the stands. Keeping that one out of harm's way.
Nice job by Stram for Lakeville North. That was great effort to even steer that towards Woodley.
It was deflected into the middle. I believe that was off a Wildcat head. Chance for the Panthers, but defense gets there first. I believe that was Moore. Maybe Salim, one of the two. Long ball. Oliet's onside. He's got a potential break. He's got two guys to his left, but he's all alone. Comes in. Shot. Deflected.
It'll go for a corner, the second one of the game for the Wildcats. And
nice job by the North defender getting back just in time to deflect that shot. It looked like he was going to have a wide open opportunity for a shot to goal. That defender came flying out of nowhere.
Yeah, and he had to get it right, Skip. If he doesn't get it right, he potentially concedes perhaps a penalty. And he had to get it right, and it was brilliant recovery defense. Wildcats playing really north-south here, not spending a lot of time trying to possess the ball in the middle of the field. They're pushing the ball. It's almost like watching fast break basketball.
Tapa's going to take this one again. Into the middle of the box. Looks like it gets through everyone. Far side. Played out looking for a shot from a better angle. cleared by North, right back in by Moore. Johnson dribbles into open space. He's going to go up and over for top, but did he time it right? Yes, he did. He's onside. Crosses it nicely. This one's deflected up in the air. Here's a volley attempt by Prouty, and it's a field goal. Put that one up and over.
The less said about that one for Christian Prouty, the better.
He had a whole lot of time to line that one up, but he just couldn't get over the top of it.
Well, it's such a difficult – it's not that he can't do it, right? It's not that any of these players can't hit that ball square and put it on frame, but the being able to do it consistently is so difficult under these conditions. It's easy for us to up here in the box to say that, and it's also easy for us to say, hey, maybe he should trap it down to with his chest or try to get it to his feet and then take a touch. But again, easy for us to say.
A steal there by Sondag almost resulted in a breakaway, but a nice job of Craig coming out of his net. Kicked that one out of danger. Here comes North. Going down the far side, it's a race. Stays in play. Well defended there. I believe that was Moore coming over to help out. Staying between his defender and the goal. Nice job staying goal sides. But it does result in a corner kick. First one of the game for the Panthers as they look for the game-tying goal here. 14 minutes in. They go short and out. Long shot off the pipe. A dangerous shot there. Well put together. A nice play there by the Panthers. A bit unlucky as it finds the goalkeeper's best friend. That clearing attempt deflected, but won back by the Wildcats. Now they're going to try to get it to midfield. Panthers have it. Coming down the near side. Wildcats defending. Brunette gets turned around. Shot for the far post. That one's deflected by Woodley. This should be a corner kick. It is. It was going wide, but Woodley did not want to take any chances with that one.
Nah, I think I agree with you, Skip. You just can't take a chance there. Plus, you also don't know who's lurking for a rebound. If you bobble that ball or if you don't catch it clean, maybe there's a chance a Lakeville North player gets in to snatch it in and poke it.
Let's see what North chooses to do this time. They play it in, headed up and over by Salim. Nice job getting ahead on that one, but it will result in another corner kick. This one from the near side. They switch kickers. This one's right-footed, so still can try to curl that one in. They go short again. Go right back to him. He takes that angle cross. Header is unsuccessful. Fortunately, Woodley's able to get there first. Quick punt for a counterattack. Nicely played by Sondag. He spins a couple of times. He's got nothing, so he plays it back. Salim finds Johnson in the middle, but he turns it right over.
Johnson, that's unforced error for Johnson. He's got to be a little more careful with that ball.
Nice pass down to the corner, but Salim recovers. Finds Knoll. North has it at midfield. Nice step up by Wildcats. AR with a nice play. Ball boy tried to get a quick touch, and now we've got two balls.
Ball boy's not sure if he should go on the pitch to grab that ball or not. Unlucky for Wildcats that time. If somehow that ball had somehow stayed in, Oliot was really off to the race. It could have been off to the races.
Not sure what we're waiting for here, but long throw resumes play. Oh, there's a nice flick with the foot, but not deep enough. Burnett and Wildcats team up to stop that attack, but here comes the North once again. Switch fields. They've got numbers over there. That shot blocked. This shot right to Woodley. Wildcat defense yielding some good scoring opportunities here. Oliet battling to keep this one in. Now North controls in the middle. Ball played to the middle. Tyler Wildcats clears that one into the Wildcat bench. Flicked on. Cleared by Brunette. See if Wildcats can get a little more possession here. Knoll. Salim. He's going to have to play it back. Woodley surveys the field, gives it a ride. It's going to go nearly over the head of that last defender. That would have been a great opportunity for the Wildcats. This one gets by Oliet. He kicks it off. I believe that's number 8. Bruciani, senior defender, playing the left side here. The aforementioned Peyton Jensen coming to the game. In for Tyler Wildcats, coming all the way over to take this throw.
Jensen, one of the players on the Wildcat boys team with a notable, I guess it would be safe to say, a notable throw, a notable long throw. Imagine we'll see it here.
And there it is. It does not clear the last guy. Johnson deflects that clear. Sondag trying to flick it over to Knoll. Prouty can't win that one. Johnson deflects it again. Tapa does get it out to Knoll. He's got Sondag, gives it to him. Oliet's on the far side if he can get it across. He can. Here's Sion, gets by one guy. Earns the corner. Nice job by Sion Tapa. Tapa and Knoll working that far side along with Sondag.
Corner kick for the Wildcats. This will be their third from the far side.
Third corner in this first half for the Wildcats. They go up and long, and there's Knoll with a long, good, strong header. Unfortunately, Craig was right there with some quick hands. That was a fancy shot. I like that. He had some oomph on that one, Nathan. That was close to going right past him.
Oh, absolutely. That was absolutely brilliant. Well, the only thing that was more brilliant was Craig's save. He reminded me of Spider-Man there. Craig did. I mean, he had to have just super fast hands, super sticky hands.
Johnson. Jensen. He's going to loft that, but no, that's a nice ball. Fortunately, Prouty can't win it. Johnson takes a swipe at it. He misses. Goes long. Brunette's there to mop this one up. He's going to play Woodley. Goes down the middle, right back to Woodley. He says, thank you very much. Now I can punt this one. Goes with a drop kick this time. Won by North. Prouty in on the action, trying to win this one. Like assistant coach PK. Nice little receive in the bench area. Hannon Axelrod, number 7, and Eddie Couture, number 16, enter the game for the Wildcats.
We'll have to see how the Wildcat attack here in this first half. Like I said, it's been pretty, it's been decisive, it's been quick.
Also in the game now for the Wildcats is Noel Eddy, number 22.
The Wildcats under some trouble here.
Jensen in a good position to block that. He's fast and he's strong. Does not get pushed off the ball. Unfortunately, that cross results in a corner kick. Also in the game for the Wildcats, number 22, Noel Eddy. Corner will be on the near side. fourth corner for Lakeville North, as we're in the 23rd minute. One goes in, it's punched out by Woodley. Not all the way out, but nicely done. The Wildcats are the first to get on that as they clear the box. Goes right back into the middle, nothing but Wildcats there. Here they come down the far side. They're going to do another cross. One goes up and over the top of the net. Not touched by Woodley, so this will be a goal kick. Some substitutions coming in for North.
Also in is number 2, Max Hegg. And number 15, Henry Bradbury.
Ready to restart here with the goal kick from Woodley. Prouty can't quite get that one, but it goes to Katora. He's looking for space. He's got two guys. Finds Eddie. Eddie to Eddie. This is hand and Axelrod. Trying to track that one down before it gets over the goal line. He does, but defender's right there to kick that one into touch. There'll be a deep throw in here for the Wildcats as they're going to sub once again.
Substitutions brought to you by our platinum sponsors here for Eagan Soccer, ARC Training Facility, Eagan Football Boosters, Eagan Hockey Association, I Got Skill Soccer Training, Jordan Drilling, State Farm Agency, Nick DeFries, Triple Diamond, Urgency Room, Wave Soccer Club, and the Willie team at Edina Realty. Thank you to our platinum sponsors for helping with and supporting Wildcat Soccer and being such good members of our community.
Woodley goes long. It's headed by the North. Jensen heads that up to Katora. He tried to get that one to Oliet, but well defended.
It was a good idea for Katora. No question about that.
He'll put pressure on the back line. Gets there to the back line again. North looking to find some sort of a penetration pass here, but they go way too long, and Woodley plays that one with his foot. Take a little bit of time here before the punt. Somehow gets through both Eagan players and kicked forward, but now this is Miklo Jones into the game. He's tripped from behind. I don't think that was intentional, just caught his foot.
The trip I don't think was intentional. Whether there was a push from behind, that might have been intentional. In the event, it's just a foul.
Be interesting to see who takes this kick. Both Peyton Jensen and Asher Brunette are good at this spot on the field. It'll be Brunette. He puts it in. That one's too far. Definitely not where he wanted that one.
Yeah, he needed to take about 30% off of that.
That'd have been a nice sail at a lot of places. Brunette battling and winning. Well played. Oh, nice cutback. Continues to look for another Lakeville North player to beat. Jensen says enough of this. Let's get it to Woodley. One's flicked on accidentally by the Panthers. Katora quickly under pressure. Here comes Axelrod. He's got one guy to beat. He cannot. Slide tackle knocks it away right at the 18. This will be a corner kick. Number 4. Oliet standing over there, but he's not going to take it.
Panthers under a tremendous amount of strain there. Lucky that they did not concede there a penalty, as that's a dangerous, dangerous slide tackle to make.
Corner kick for the Wildcats. This was their 4th.
Near side corner for Eagan. This will be Miklo Jones, number 10.
Miklo Jones, number 10 on the kick.
Gets a lot of it. It goes long. Fortunately, Oliet was there. Back to Jensen. Johnson can't get that one forward as that's blocked by the defense. Here comes Noel Eddy trying to pressure from behind. Eagan kind of struggling to get back and get in their shape. They do, but Lakeville North has possession. Burnett wins that one. But here comes North. Burnett again. Deflected forward. Cleared out, but unable to find Katora. Either got a foul or handball or something over there, but this will be a free kick for the Panthers.
I could not tell if it was a foul or what it was. The assistant referee was motioning towards, I think maybe towards his arm. I think you're right, Skip. That may have been a handball.
It's played into the box. Headed out by the Wildcats. Move forward, it's one-on-one for Katora, but he can't win that.
Katora, pardon me, Skip. I was going to say Katora had the same problem that Bumpers had in the girls' game, which is he's running straight, and the only place that the player, giving him the ball can shoot it is at his back. There's no other good target for him. He's got to bend that run a little bit.
Long ball goes straight to North. They're not getting over that last defender like they were earlier in the game. Jensen has this one. Oh, tries to play it through. Unfortunately, turns it over. Right there to help is Jones. But he can't win it. Here comes the North Panthers. Crossed over. Wildcats are there. They pop that one up and out. Nice defense. Now we get a Katora. Plays it long for Axelrod. Believe he's onside. 2 on 3, maybe 2 on 5. Oh, but he plays it back. Katora's there with a shot! And a diving save. Despite the fact that the Wildcats were numbers down, they find an open shot about 19 yards out. A great pass by Axelrod. A great run by Katora.
That's a brilliant all the way around. Axelrod to Katora. Katora taking the shot, not taking multiple touches, hitting it square on goal. And Craig's hands, again, getting to that ball and spilling it wide for a corner was just magnificent.
Yeah, this game could be 3-0 right now. Craig doing a fantastic job in net. Into the game, number 9, Jace Willie, senior. Oh, it's flicked just past the first guy. Unfortunately, Craig is there again.
What a crafty little move by Axelrod. Did you see him there? He lifts up and just kind of flicks it on. It's almost like he's taking a little off of it, Skip. It's almost like he's taking a little bit of the speed and pace off of it. He's trying to knock it down in some sense for the player right behind him. And I'll be doggone if he didn't just about score.
Like a hockey game where they throw it in front of the net and you're just trying to get a piece of that puck to change the speed and the direction of it. Burnett's going to go back to Woodley. Wildcat defense using Woodley very well as the 11th man. Katora can't play that one. Jones tracks it down. He gets dispossessed from behind. I'm not sure if he knew the guy was there or just played it a little too nonchalantly. Wildcats need to be a little more aggressive defensively here, giving too much space for the Panthers. They win this one up to Olia, but he can't get there first. When played wide, he came back from an offside position.
Lakeville North really coming after that first-minute shock of Michael Johnson's header goal. Lakeville North really coming back into this game, Skip. They're definitely playing better now than they were in the first 10, 15 minutes of this game. Wildcats are going to need to possess this ball and get something to it.
Axelrod wins possession going into the far corner, trying to use his speed around the edge. It's tough when gets around one guy. Left foot brings it back nicely. Nobody's there. Here's Moore. He's going to fire it back in. This one's deflected by Katora. Nicely done. Or that would have gone straight to the keeper. He punches it out. And we're going to have a call of some sort. I don't see a flag up.
They're going to call a foul as I think Oliat contacted the keeper in that sequence, Skip. I think that's going to be the call.
Of the midfielders and starters, or midfielders and forward that started the game, Oliat's the only one that still remains in. Everyone else is a substitution. Eddie has it, spins, plays it back to Eddie Moore. He goes long. He's got Axelrod. He's in clean. Left foot cross. Defense is there. Oh, it's played out to the Wildcats. They don't take a shot. I'm not sure what the holdup there was. There were like 2 or 3 guys right there in prime spot to fire a good angle shot. One too many touches.
Couture was waiting for a gilded invitation, I guess, to take a shot, and took 3 touches, and by the time he did, North had climbed over it, and the defense was there. But you're right, Skip Newton, that was another brilliant opportunity. And at some point, the Wildcats can't afford to have all of these opportunities be missed. They've got to cash in on at least a handful of these opportunities. He's well off. Yeah, he's well offside.
That is the danger when you're pressuring a ball that goes back to the goalkeeper, who then plays it deep. If you're the only one within 15 yards of that goalkeeper as the attacking forward, if your team plays it back in, unless you hustle back, you're going to be offside every time.
Yeah, it's challenging, no question about that.
Down to the final 6 minutes here of the first half. Got some substitutions ready to come in for both teams. Here's a potential break for the Panthers, but the touch goes wide. Jensen, of course, in good position. Eddie gets a deflection right up to Oliet. He's got Couture, but he can't get past the defender, unfortunately, because Couture with a nice run. Miklo wins this one. Jones, that is. Ball gets by Willie. Tries to win it back, but can't. But unforced error here. Finds Jones. Jensen gets rid of that one just in time. Couture. Tripped from behind. This will be a free kick about 18 yards from the goal line. Maybe a little farther out depending on where they measure. They're actually going to get a better angle than where he fell, so we'll take this.
Now, from my perspective, Skip, that was a foul from behind. He didn't really make a play on the ball at all, and it wasn't the hardest foul I'd ever seen, but I'm a little surprised we're not seeing a yellow card caution being issued there, only because it was from behind and there really wasn't an attempt on the ball at all.
So Axelrod comes over from the far side to take this kick. He is left foot dominant, so he can curl this one onto goal if he chooses. He's choosing the far corner instead, settles for the field goal.
Drop that down by about 8.5 feet, and you'll have something there.
A couple of subs into the game here for both teams, as we mentioned. Eric Knoll back into the game.
For Lakeville North, back in Luke Hendricks, number 7. Braden Volker, number 18. And Porter Beagle, number 30.
I believe that's number 5, Alex Newton, on defense on the far side. Here's Knoll. Couture. Back to Eddie Knoll. Eric Knoll. Give and go right back. Nice defense recovering there, and it did go off of Knoll's foot, unfortunately. Nice defensive play there by the Panthers. We're down to the final 3.5 minutes here in the first half.
Panthers have not done a lot offensively. They've had a handful of corners, which really haven't amounted to too much. Haven't had a lot of great scoring opportunities, but that being said, when you concede in the first 17 seconds of the game, the fact that you're going into halftime at 1-0, that's not a bad accomplishment. Lakeville should feel good about that.
Newton gets that one up, but it goes right back, and Eddie Moore says, nope, going right back up again. Nothing but Wildcats around one Lakeville North Panther, but he somehow wins the ball. Newton steps up aggressively, wins that one. There's a lot of speed on that back line between Newton, Moore, and Jensen.
That was a fine tackle by Newton. Nice job breaking up that attack.
Jensen with a touch up to Knoll. It was deflected to a Panther. This one gets through, but Brunette wins that, steps over, fakes the pass back. Trying to get it to Jensen. Nice job shielding. Into touch. Jensen will restart with a throw. 2:10 to go in the first half.
You get a sense, Skip, that the game's got more goals in it, don't you? Don't you get the sense that this game's not going to end 1-0?
Again, Newton stepping up, putting that one up. Katora trying to win the ball. He does. Nice feint by Miklo Jones. Katora, Knoll. Hopefully more goals by the boys in blue, to your earlier question.
Well, you just get a sense that Eagan's keeping up the offensive pressure, but the Panthers aren't they're not going away, right? They're still competing very hard. They're creating some opportunities, just nothing really of quality yet.
Just some great pressure there and aggressiveness by Katora. Punched out there by Craig brilliantly as Knoll was on the doorstep. Newton steps up, he wins this one. Left foot shot, wide.
Like the decisive play by Newton. Says, hey, there's a minute left in the half. You know, the keeper was on the other side of the net for the last action. I'm going to see if I can send this one towards the net.
That one sneaks in the inside post there, and that would have been a ridiculous call on my part, I think. Maybe a little over-aggressive. Hopefully we find out someday. Woodley again gets all of this one. Saved by the Wildcats brilliantly. Here's Katora. Pass up, this one's going to be one. Down in the corner. Again, saved. Knocked into touch. There's still 28 seconds left, so there is time for the Wildcats to get this one into the middle and get a shot. They just threw it in, and no one's there, except it's cleared out to where the Wildcats are, but that shot attempt would have been blocked. Smart decision by Knoll. Goes on the outside. This cross comes in, deflected by the Panthers. Oh, and a miss attempt there goes up in the air. See if Eric Knoll can take a shot here. He does. Oh, it's a good volley. It's just wide. That would have been something else if they get a goal 17 seconds into the game and then get one in the last 5. As it is, the early goal by Mike Johnson off the cross by Oliet, holding up for a 1-0 halftime lead.
Yeah, it's held up, Skip Newton, and there's reason to be optimistic for Eagan that they've played well. They've created a lot of scoring opportunities. I think without Craig's hands for Lakeville North, Eagan finds itself in a 2-3-0 type of situation. That being said, Lakeville North not out of this match. They still have the ability to climb back into it, but they need to get more lethal in the penalty area. They need to get more lethal in front of the Eagan net. Otherwise, I think Eagan's going to get at least 1 or 2 in the second half. So Lakeville's they've got a hole to climb out of already, and they need to somehow keep Eagan off the scoreboard in the second half.
Well, let's hope they are unsuccessful in that. We'd like to see more goals for the Eagan Wildcats. We'll be back for the second half in about 9 to 10 minutes. For Nathan Cron, this is Skip Newton. It's Wildcat Soccer on Eagan TV.
No yellow card cautions in the first half.
Today we're doing the annual Cats vs. Cops, where we play a 7-on-7 game against the cops here in Eagan.
This was actually an idea a couple years ago of our police chief, Roger New. He said we should play a touch football game, and him and our former president, Jack Esser, made this happen.
Myself and another community member, Jack Esser, were thinking of ways to try to bring the community together, and he said, would you be interested in playing flag football against a high school team before the season kicked off? And I said, yeah, why not? And 3 years later, here we are.
Just an opportunity for us to give back to the community, get a chance to connect with our local police officers and the way they've been able to do stuff for the community for us. It's a chance for us to have some fun out there and play what we do on Friday nights with them.
One of the most important parts about this event is just trying to bring the community together. We never knew that it was going to grow to this extent, but we're glad that we could just be part of this event, and we just appreciate the community support.
Our police force is awesome, and for us to be able to do this with them, I think is just, it shows that they're looking for ways to be out in the community. So we come together and we play 7-on-7, and we have a blast out there. I love anything we can do to build that relationship.
They do so much for us, so it's a great way to give back to them, and you know, it's a night for them to take off doing their duties as police officers and enjoy being a high schooler like we are and having some fun playing some football.
We're the Eagan Wildcats, but like, we're all Eagan. We're all one team. It's a great event and it's a lot of fun.
Do you know about Positively Eagan? It's a video series by ETV that highlights the good happening in our Eagan community. Stories of people reaching out, giving back, or shining a light on the people who make Eagan great. If you or someone you know has a story to share, we want to hear about it and feature it in Positively Eagan. Visit cityofegan.com/positively-Eagan to submit your story and watch previous episodes.
A small area plan offers us a formal method to look at a particular area in detail. We're looking at not just the here and now, but we're looking at the past and the future, 20 or 40 years into the future. In this case, it's the area around Eagan Central Park. So the Unisys building, the former Delta building, and the former Argosy University building. Together, that comprises about 79 acres and over 731,000 square feet of office space. Because of the current state of the office market, we have high office vacancies in the Twin Cities and really across the nation. So likely what will happen here is that the sites will be redeveloped for different uses. The goals in creating the plan are to collect data, public input, and City Council direction, and use those to communicate the city's vision to potential site purchasers and developers. We've completed the first phase of public engagement. It included print and social media outreach, a digital survey, and 2 events at the Eagan Community Center. It even included an event with 132 4th and 5th graders at Pilot Knopp STEM Elementary School. This was such a fun event, and the first time we've done outreach at an elementary school for a planning project. We are beginning our second phase of community engagement. It will include an interactive survey that summarizes everything the planning team has learned, shares the concepts presented to the City Council, and collects community feedback. The planning team will be at Market Fest on July 19th and August 16th to answer questions and collect input. Over 500 people responded to the first digital survey. Feedback from in-person events seemed that people were excited to see the concepts and looking forward to participating in the second phase of public engagement. The concept plans are a visual representation of what we've learned about the site, the market, and community needs. The concept plans are not intended to be a choice between 3 distinct options, but an a la carte menu of possibilities. The concept plans are a visual tool to help us communicate site opportunities to the community. The final plan will most likely have elements of 2 or more concepts. Join us in shaping the future of the area around Eagan Central Park. Visit the city's website for more information.
Welcome back to Wildcat Stadium here in Eagan, Minnesota. Tonight's boys varsity soccer match between your Eagan Wildcats and Lakeville North. The Panthers coming in a few spots behind Eagan in the conference standings, which really don't matter now that this is the final game of the conference, but still worth mentioning that Eagan could potentially finish in a first-place tie. They need help from Farmington. Farmington needs to beat Rosemount tonight. As it stands, they are up 1-0, a goal in the first minute, and it was Blake Prouty. We were correct on the call.
Oh.
It was not Mike Johnson, so we had it right all along. We should trust our instincts. Blake Prouty from Zayon Oliet. Next to my broadcast partner, Nathan Cron, I am Skip Newton. Happy to be here on Eagan TV for the final game of the regular season. Sections are next week. We are hoping that those sections will be broadcast here on Eagan TV and, of course, on the YouTube channel, but still waiting final authority on that. Looking at the players on the field, I believe it's mostly the starters. Although Peyton Jensen remains in the game back at right defense. He just took that kick. Back in the game, Tariq Salim, left defense, replacing Alex Newton, who finished with a strong performance there late in the first half, winning several balls with his speed, getting a great shot on goal with his left foot, just a little wide. Here's Prouty, the goal scorer, again in the first minute. Passes it to Oliet, who had the assist. It was a brilliant header off of a cross from Oliet. Sion Tapa also in the game. He's going to run over to take this corner kick. Mike Johnson. Jake Sondag also in the game. Sondag up front. Mike Johnson standing at the 18. Prouty right in by the goalkeeper. Trying to make it difficult for him to see. Here comes the kick from Tapa. It's a good one. It's high. Unfortunately, only Panthers there. Jensen tried to pass that one forward but couldn't get it through. Now he's in a foot race. Players go down. That'll be a call. And this is going to be a card. So we didn't get the yellow card earlier, but we're going to get one here. Peyton Jensen, number 18, in the 42nd minute. Tell me about that call.
If I'm honest, I don't. From where I was, now I understand the referee had a different and a much better angle than I did, but to me it looked like a shoulder-to-shoulder collision between two players. They both went to the pitch. They're both leaning on each other. Looked to me like probably a no call. Probably a no call. The argument for the yellow card is that Jensen, if he committed a foul, broke up a promising attack and didn't make a play on the ball. But I don't know how you argue that, given that the ball was right in front of both players. It was shoulder to shoulder, but that might also be on some level a match control yellow, where by showing yellow there, it's unlikely players will take liberties later.
Brunette with a great ball up to Oliet. He goes deep. Wildcats can't make contact. Here's a shot. Wide. Newton replaces Jensen. Now Jensen playing on a yellow card. Of course, if he gets another yellow, would be a red. Now, Jensen already got a red card this season, so would that be a 4-game suspension at this point? How does that work? Here's Johnson. Just a bit outside.
A bit aspirational there by Mike Johnson. And the answer to your question is, I don't know. The Minnesota State High School League has, they have some different rules for soccer, and I honestly don't know the answer to that. For instance, the High School Association even has different guidance on the handball rule, as if we needed extra reasons to curse the handball rule.
Oh, here's a pass. He's just offside as Sondag. The goal will not count, ladies and gentlemen. A great counterattack there, just a couple of steps past the last defender was Sondag.
Well, you certainly can't fault Sondag for finishing that, even though the flag came up, because That had to be a very close call. Some very good passing by the Wildcats.
Burnett won that one. Sondag pressuring, causing havoc on to the back line of the Panthers. Moore was chasing down one guy, but now he retreats. Gets by Salim. Burnett there to help out. Nice pass to the AR. So depending on what the suspension would be, the Wildcats need to be a little careful here with Jensen. You do not want to have a player suspended going into section play, especially one that's already had a red card. It could be longer than just the typical one game. Oliet. Newton goes deep, trying to get up to Sondag, just a little wide.
Sondag gets straight into an offside position as well, so flag went up on the far side, but we restarted with a throw.
Played long. Salim gets by him. Unfortunately for the Panthers, they can't get anything on the shot. Woodley out to cut off the angle. Took away any opportunity of a first touch there for the Panthers. Nice job by Woodley to make sure no good shot was taken.
That's Erickson, 32 on the outside. Here he comes again.
Gets by Salim again. He's wide open. And a brilliant save by Woodley. A kick save to his right. Woodley keeping the Panthers off the scoreboard, but they seem to have found something. That's 2 consecutive passes through the defense. Behind Salim, just brilliant balls there. Noel's going to clear this one after the header. Played right back up. Newton steps up with the speed. Goes deep. Oliet on his horse. Played down the line. But finally knocked out by Newton.
Well, Craig has flashed some great hands tonight. We've been singing his praises, but right now we've got to talk about Woodley as well. Woodley with an absolutely brilliant one-on-one stop of that ball. You fancy Erickson to score there every time, or a substantial majority of the time, and for him to be able to keep that ball down and not even concede a corner. I mean, absolutely brilliant.
Some great defense over on the far side. I believe that was Eddie Moore. Just pressuring relentlessly. The cross got by him. There was really no angle for anything good, as it was just basically passed to Evan Woodley. So nicely done there by the defense. They're trying to regroup from a couple of really good scoring opportunities for Lakeville North. Oliet trying to work with Prouty. Prouty takes it. Tries to chip it up and over, looking for Sondag, not deep enough. It's a tough pass to make because you don't want to go too far. It goes straight to Craig. Here's that ball again. This time Celine, nicely done. Goes to Newton. Prouty trying to get it over to Noel on the near side. They're going to go long here on the outside. Player's wide open. He's going to get there first. Takes a touch, controls. One's played up. And we do have a goal kick. So it did get over the goal line. Maybe a little too lackadaisical going for that ball. Looked like he had plenty of time to get there.
Salim on this side, Skip Newton, the Panthers have decided that he is the weak link on the back line for the Wildcats. That is 3 or 4 consecutive thrusts up that right side for the Panthers. Salim so far not conceding, but at the same time, there have been several good opportunities here for the Panthers.
Well, we've seen a bit of a position change here for the Wildcats. I just watched Brunette and Eddie Moore swap places on the back line. So now Eddie Moore has moved over next to Salim. Brunette slides over on the other side closer to Alex Newton. It could be an effort to put a player with just a little bit more speed and more to help Salim out. Here's Oliet. He's got options left and right. Instead, he gets stopped dead in his tracks. Tapa Trying to get it over to Sondag. It's played up. Burnett comes over to make sure that goes no further. It'll be a throw as it went into touch. The Lakeville coach.
Interesting to see if the Wildcats swapping their center backs around, if that makes a difference or changes anything.
Nice communication there between Woodley and Salim. Salim is just about ready to play that, and then Woodley called him off. Punt goes past midfield. Salim, nice pass up to Sondag, who drops it back. Through ball, looking for Noel. Played away almost straight to Noel. That would have been devastating for the Panthers. He's going to let this one go right over the goal line for a corner kick. Good heads-up decision there by Noel. Beautiful through ball there by Johnson.
Sure was. Noel was even toying with taking this corner quickly and seeing what he could make out of it. I like that creativity.
One goes short. Oh, and Sondag got a foot on it, but looks like it was played out by the Panthers, so another corner kick. Thought that was Sondag that knocked that into touch. Noel again. This one goes long and far post. That one's flicked even farther by the Panthers defender. Nice defense. Played up. Newton. Oliet. Johnson. Brunette. He's got Sondag. He's onside. He's all alone. Can he finish? He shoots. No, he can't. He falls down. He still has the ball. Here's Oliet. Thought that was going to be a great finish opportunity for Sondag. I'm not really sure if he got knocked off the ball, if he lost his footing. As it is, the Wildcats need to get back onside so they can reform their attack. Here's that another deep ball looking to get it past Salim. Again, he's adjusted. Oh, but he cuts inside. He's all alone. He shoots. And Woodley with a brilliant save. Not only did he save it, he held on. Evan Woodley reminding everyone he's one of the best goalkeepers in the state of Minnesota.
Owen Erickson has to be wondering, what are you going to do, Woodley? You going to come to my house and you gonna steal my Christmas presents too?
Nice flick there by Sondag for Oliet. Gets it past the slide tackle of North. And it looks like another corner kick for the Wildcats, so nicely done there. I think the Eagan back line needs to regroup here a little bit. Several balls getting through. Woodley making some brilliant saves, none better than the one he just pulled off.
We have an injury on the far side. See if Wildcats have a player walking towards their bench with it holding a head. I think it's Sondag. Yeah, it's Sondag. He's holding the back of his head. So Axelrod will check in for Sondag, but it's a bit of a worry if you're the Wildcats. You definitely want Sondag on the field in the playoffs.
Although if he's going to miss any time, the rest of this game wouldn't be the worst case scenario. Let's make sure he's healthy for next week. Ball's played in, gets by everyone, and then played out. Unfortunately, no one able to get a body part on that, or that could have been an easy finish. This one's going to be Oliet. Plays it up. Wildcats are there, but punched up by Craig. Here's a shot. Deflected just wide. Wildcats putting some pressure on with these corners.
The longer this goes on at 1-0, Skip Newton, the more, as a Wildcat supporter, you're going to get a little more nervous. Because the Panthers have shown in this second half, they've had easily their best offensive opportunities here in the second half. Woodley's had to make two insanely brilliant saves.
And the response by the Wildcat bench is, we are not playing it safe with Peyton Jensen. He's right back in the game. He's going in for Salim. See if that can shut down this attack of the Panthers as they've been exploiting that spot frequently this half. Played into the middle. Wildcats calmly control that one. Here's Knoll. He's got Axelrod running. He's going to go all the way across to Oliet. Unfortunately, it's behind him, so he's going to have to recover. This allows Lakeville North to get back on defense. It was a 3-on-3 before that. Pass in the middle, Johnson. Shields, grab from behind, no call. More grabbing from behind. Brunette fakes the long ball, goes back to Johnson. He lets it go, nicely done to Tapa. Up, this is Knoll. Tries to feather a pass through, nicely done. It's crossed, but the Lakeville North defense is right there to intercept that. Some nice passing there by the Wildcats.
We've seen Oliet fall twice in that corner, and Sondag, when he went down, was in that corner as well. I'm not saying there's something on the field, but it makes you wonder why players are falling at that point.
There's contact, no call. Newton steps in front of this clear. Play it back, this is Moore. Goes deep corner looking for Axelrod, just too much. Didn't have a whole lot of space to work with there. That might have been better off to try and find a shorter option.
He would have had to drop it in really, really well there, and as you say, there just wasn't much room for error. Either that or put a lot of backspin on that ball.
Like that.
Like that.
This one's headed forward, it's onside. Can Axelrod, or Knoll, excuse me, win this one? Gives a good hard shoulder on it. It's deflected over the goal line. Panther defender wondering why he didn't get any sort of call.
Yeah, I think the Panther defender might have a point there. I mean, it wasn't the worst foul you've ever seen, but I think he's saying, hey, I think he hit me from behind.
Played long again. It goes over everybody. Seems like the ones that are played long don't result in Eagan getting any sort of touch on it. It's the ones that they can drop into the middle that cause the most panic for the defense. Brunette getting grabbed. Tried to get it over to Johnson. Here's Newton. He's going to hoof it forward. Played up and over, but not over Jensen.
Wildcats not back on defense.
Can he get there in time? He does, but he blasts that one far. Oh, there's a good header attempt. Here's a left-footed shot, and it's in the side of the net, a goal into the corner. A left foot shot, wide open from about 25 yards out. North able to tie the game here in minute number 56.
We talked about it not long ago, Skip, that the longer this goes at 1-0, the more North is going to feel like they're going to climb back into this in this second half. Despite the fact the Wildcats have had some good opportunities, North has had the better scoring opportunities, and they finally cash one in. Woodley just wasn't going to be able to stop that one. North right back in this soccer game.
And it was set up by, again, a deep ball over the top on the near side here that he was able to get to before it went over the goal line. It was cleared initially by the Wildcats, but not cleared enough as it went on the ground. Here's another attempt on the far side. There's a takedown. This could be a card. Yes, it will be. I believe that's number 5. Yep, number 5, Alex Newton. Getting a yellow card here in minute 57.
Still don't have the official announcement on that goal, and to be honest, I did not see who took that shot. My eye was lingering on all of the defense flying around.
He's replaced on the field by Tyler Walcott, number 17.
Tyler Walcott comes in to replace Newton. The defense of the Wildcats struggling here in the second half.
As much as the Wildcats would like to have at least a chance to win a share of the conference title tonight, they also have to make sure that they are ready to go for sections starting next week. And I imagine Coach Boutali will definitely look at this film and say, hey, what can we learn from it?
One's played in. It's short. Ball is on the ground. No shot, no clear. Still in there. What do we have now? Handball.
I think it's a handball.
It's crazy how the ball just sitting in the middle of the inner box, the 6-yard box. Or did it hit the referee?
The clearance hit the referee. Okay, that makes more sense, actually. Something the Wildcats did a good job of in the first half, Skip, and that they're not doing as much here, is being first to every ball. They're not doing a great job. There are a number of situations where the Panthers are able to get to the ball first, and that's really creating opportunities for them.
And the Panthers' attack is solely based on the long ball. Everything's been trying to go deep and over the head, although the last attempt was set up by a play on the ground, getting by the defender, which led to the Newton yellow card. Yeah, you're absolutely right. The possession at midfield is lacking right now for the Wildcats. There's another through ball again to the far side. Here's a shot. It's up and in, top shelf. A brilliant finish. The Wildcats just continue to struggle to defend this near side. It goes up and over the defender once again. Here in minute number 58, another goal. The Wildcats are reeling. All of a sudden, they find themselves down 2-1.
And apologies, I think I know who scored that goal, but I don't want to. Part of me doesn't want to say until I know for sure, but I think it was Porter Beagle, number 30 for the Panthers. That's who they're giving congratulations to.
Quite a few changes here for the Wildcats. Sans the back line. Couture into the game. Here's Eddie Knoll. Wildcats. Sondag back in up front. That should help the attack. Another through ball. One gets through. Woodley picks that one up. Kugler with the assist.
And really hard, really not, I wouldn't say unfair, but really hard on Woodley, as he's had such a brilliant half. And then now to concede 2. It's really unfair to him. I get a sense, because he's done so much to keep these Wildcats in it. And that time it was just, Woodley really had a tall order to try to keep that ball out. It was a great strike. And now we'll see what kind of fighting spirit the Wildcats have, Skip Newton.
Yeah, 21 and a half minutes to play. Looking for that tying goal. You stated earlier there would be more goals scored, and you are absolutely right. Let's hope the Wildcats have at least one more in them.
Yeah, the Wildcats have certainly played well enough to get a result here.
The Panthers are definitely taking it to them this half. Wildcats need to figure something out.
One of the rare situations where both Wildcat fans and Panther fans are on their feet, exhorting their team to do something on the pitch. Kick the ball here, pass the ball there, something of that nature.
This one gets through to Woodley.
In the 58th minute, back in for the Wildcats, Noletti, number 22. Jake Sondak, number 8.
This is Eddie. Tapa back to Jensen. He goes up and over the top looking for either Couture or Sondag. Sondag with speed, but he can't quite get the right position. Deflects this one deep towards the corner flag.
That big ball in the middle of the field, Skip Newton, was a ball in the first half that the Wildcats were winning. They were getting that down to their feet, and they were winning that ball, and it was creating opportunities for them to go over the top to Tapa or to Oliat or whoever. They're not getting that now.
Now this one has to be offside.
And the assistant referee was prepared with his flag.
Couture battling all over the place there to try and win that one. Taba did not intend for that header to go where it did.
But the Wildcats have got to start winning the loose balls. They've got to start getting that loose ball and getting possession, taking it away from the Panthers. And if they can't do that, it's going to be a tall order for them to get an equalizer.
Another throw in here for the Panthers. Eddie, Tapa, Katora. Tries to find Sondag. That's a tough ball to handle. Deflected by Katora. Eddie can't win that one. Comes back. Oh, and I don't think that was his intent. I don't know if the player went a direction he wasn't expecting, and all of a sudden he found himself right on his back.
Unlucky for Eddie that time. That was certainly a foul. Certainly nothing in it. Not trying to commit a foul at midfield. He just lost his balance and went clumsily over.
Nice job by the Wildcats on the far side to win the throw-in. This should be Wildcats.
That was a bit nonchalant, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Tapa gets that one deflected right in front of us. It's kept in, but played to Woodley. Wildcats need to get something going here down in the attacking third. One's over the head of Tapa. Right back down. Jensen's going to run this one down and just play it safely into touch. Didn't really have a whole lot of options there.
Lakeville North in 1 AAA, along with South, towards the bottom of the section. Standings. So a win tonight for the Panthers would be certainly helpful in their attempts to try to get a good seed. Interesting thing is you have all these Rochester teams with gaudy, fairly what I would call gaudier records, but you question, doesn't North play in a much tougher conference, don't they have a much tougher schedule? And I think the answer is yes. So I wouldn't want to be I'd love to be a fly on the wall during that section seating meeting. I imagine there'll be some rather fun arguments at that one.
Panthers have it. Pull back and through to nobody but Woodley.
Wildcat girls had the same challenge in the second half of their game. They need someone in blue to step up and be the field general, step up and put the team on his or her back, in this case his back, and carry the team a little bit through this rough patch. And the Wildcats need to demonstrate some real fighting spirit here.
One's just over the head of Sondag. We have a foul at midfield.
There's a handball. Wildcats need to make this tell, create an opportunity here somehow, some way.
This will be Brunette. Gets a lot of it, too much. Unfortunately, Craig is right there.
Yeah, he's got sticky mitts, no question about that. Eddie was up near Craig, though. That was credit to the Wildcats for crashing, just a little too close to the keeper.
Nice job by Tapa to shield that one back to Brunette. And played into the Wildcat bench. Wildcats. Panthers have it. They're going to go long to the near side, but the run was not being had. Jensen's going to play it back to Woodley. This one's headed right over to Tapa. A little mistake there by the Panthers. Played over the top. It's Katora. If he can win this one, he's got Sondag with him. Plays it by him. Oh, a nice touch. See what he does here. Crosses it in. This one's deflected up and off the football upright, resulting in a corner on the near side here for the Wildcats. Nice pass and a nice speed move there by Katora. Unfortunately, couldn't find a foot of a teammate for the equalizer.
I called out Katora in the first half for not quite doing what he needed to do that time. He did everything he needed to do and more.
This one's played deep again over everybody. Really tough spot there for the Wildcats. This was played across. Tapa nicely done, getting his body in position. Tried to find Katora, can't. If he could have gotten that through or up and over, that could have been a golden opportunity. Moore. This is Woodley. He's going to give it a ride. Looking for Sondag. Actually headed off the defense. Going to be into touch there. It'll be a throw-in on the far side. 13.5 minutes to play here in the final regular season game of the 2023 boys varsity season.
And don't look now, but the Wildcats are starting to get a little bit of momentum. Still have some work to do, no question about that, and these Panthers are not going to make it easy.
Oh, just over Sondag. Craig is there to dive on top.
I saw the arm into Sondag's back, and I thought for just an instant, maybe that would be hard enough to knock him down, but he was just too stout for that.
Moore plays that one up. This is Brunette. Looking long for Oliet. Played out again by North. Sondag. Eddie Knoll. Some short passing here over to Oliet. Finally some possession for the Wildcats as they're trying to get something where they can get a shot.
Oh, I think Oliet could have taken a shot there. That might have been just one pass too many, Skip.
Nice play by Brunette. This one's Eddie Knoll. He's got space. Can he find a teammate? He cannot. I'm not sure what that one was about. Nice recovery, maybe too hard back, but well done there by the defense. Taking that away. Woodley's going to take some of this open space. Good decision. Tapa, he goes deep. He gets it by. Here's Katora. It's one-on-one. He's got a teammate. He can't win that one. Nice defense. 11.5 to go.
It was excellent defense. I'm not sure why the defender thinks he's earned a foul there, but it was great defense.
Jensen throws it, but Tapa was double teamed and can't win that one. Burnett's going to settle this. Look for the far corner. Tough play there for Knoll.
And we'll have some substitutions brought to you by the Eagan Wildcat sponsors, our gold sponsors, Ansari's Birchwood Dental, Canes, Coldwell Banker, Rami Cormont, Devani's Divine Salon, Dunn Brothers, Eagan Arms Public House, love that, Ruben, Eagan Family Dental, Escape With Us Vacations, Homestead Auto, Mark's Towing, Teresa's Wildcats, Zerbel Orthodontics, and ZZQ Barbecue and Smokehouse. Thank you for your support of Wildcat Soccer and your support of your community.
10.5 to go. Knoll. Looking for Knoll. Wildcats wins possession here. Back to Moore. He's going to go up for Katora. Gets through Tapa. Nice play on the ground, but Moore wins that one. He goes long. I believe he's onside.
He is.
Here's an opportunity. Sondag tried to bring it back, but the defender was right there. A missed opportunity there for the Wildcats.
Oh, Kugler rallied. It was absolutely essential that he do so. 13 corners for the Wildcats, and none of them Well, I guess I should say the first one, perhaps. The first one was a free kick, wasn't it? But not a corner. It was a corner?
That was
our first goal?
I think it was just live.
Oh, was it just
Yeah.
live? Okay, it wasn't even off a set-piece play when – that's right, it wasn't off a set-piece play. So that's 12 corners and no goals for the Wildcats. That's a trend that cannot continue.
Corner kick for the Wildcats.
On the corner, Prouty and Johnson coming in. Good call there. One's played up deep. Oh, it looked like it went off the far pipe. Wildcats trying to keep this one in, but it was too high for him to do anything productive with it. Looked like the corner went right off the far pipe for the Wildcats. A narrow miss there.
And Wildcats needed to be about 6 inches taller, and he would have maybe had a chance of getting that down to his feet. It's unlucky that time.
When played short, I think Wildcats would have preferred that one go deep. Moore's going to play this one with the head. It's right back and forth here, like a tennis match. Finally, the Panthers settle it. Wildcats clears it, but right to a Panther. He had no one coming back to help. Here's a shot from distance. One hops right into the belly of Woodley. He's going to make a quick restart here, looking for Sondag. Height disadvantage, but still controlled by the Wildcats. An errant pass. Quickly cleared by the Panthers. This is Prouty. Slide tech. Oh, nicely done. This is Knoll. Feeds it through. This is Sondag. A shot, and just wide. A great opportunity for the Wildcats. Some nifty little touches there, and all of a sudden they had a golden chance to score this game. They just can't make it happen.
Wildcats asking questions definitely in this second half. I should say the second part of this second half. First half of the second half was really a lot of Lakeville North, but now Wildcats really climbing back into this game, and that was beautiful manufacturing, precision manufacturing by the Wildcats to create that scoring chance. The only thing that was left out was the back of the net.
Lakeville North bringing in a few fresh bodies here. Wildcats been able to put on some pressure, just can't get that second goal. Their first one coming in the first minute of the game. Nice play by Eddie Moore, but doesn't find Tapa. He's defending, goes up and over. This one's going to be Woodley near the side of the box. Of course, he's going to punt that one as far as he can, trying to get to Tapa. It goes over his head. Brunette finishes it off by going deep. Too deep. Diving save by Craig.
Well, it doesn't pay to take chances if you're Craig. We've seen these Wildcats win games in literally the last 3 seconds of a game in the last year and a half.
There's a takedown from behind. Not sure if that one was necessary. Right in the middle, 35 yards out from the goal. It would take a brilliant shot to score from this distance. So my guess is they're going to try to chip this one into the box and see if they can't get some sort of a deflection. See what happens here. That's what they do. There's one guy there. He does maybe get a touch on it, but gobbled up by Woodley. He's going to counterattack. Unfortunately, there's no Wildcats but one up there. Somehow Katora wins this one. He tried to go deep, got blocked. Again, there's one forward down the field for the Wildcats, so a deep ball just doesn't really make sense at this point.
Hendricks for Lakeville North. That was just a brilliant header.
This one's headed up. Wildcats, Katora. And about 3 defenders to get by. Got by 1, but not 2. Wildcats. He's going to fire a long one. Craig's there, sure-handed as always.
Now, look, Craig should be booked for simulation there. That was ridiculous. That was just absolutely ridiculous. if this was a game where he didn't have to leave the field, the referee absolutely should have written him up on that one. That was silly. In any event, might be the only blemish he has in the entire game, given that how well he's played.
We'll have a substitution here for the Wildcats. Katora, who's made some things happen out there, coming off. Zayon Oliet replaces him. So Oliet, Tapa, Johnson with the ball. You've got Nolan Sondag, Prouty. Back line remains consistent. I believe it's the starters on the back line. Sands, Peyton Jensen filling in for Tarek Salim. Here's Brunette, going to come across to Jensen. Not a great ball, just didn't quite get that at the right pace. Jensen tried his best, but it skipped on past him. A big turnover here. 3.5 minutes. This allows North to kill as many as 20 seconds or more. Speaking of more, he's pushed from behind. And it's crossed aggressively. Let's see if there's a ball boy in the vicinity. Eagan fans wanting a clock stoppage and a delay a game caution. One bounces forward. Sondag can't get that up, but Prouty controls this one. Not quite far enough. Nice block by Prouty. I don't know if I've ever seen a blocked ball go 50 yards in the air before, but regardless, this will be a goal kick, I believe. Or did it go out? No, it's a deep throw. It's a bit of a win there for the Wildcats.
Wildcats really need to lock the Panthers in here. They may need to overload this area to make sure they get possession.
They have it now. Into the mid, good aggressive step up by the Panther D. Moore let that one go to Woodley. He's facing the right direction. He goes long. This one's going to bounce up to Craig, and nothing Sondag can do about that.
Sondag needs help. He needs help in the middle, Skip Newton. He can't do this by himself. The wings are out too far. Sondag's taken on at least 2 defenders every time. If you're going to send it up to him, you've got to give him some help.
And he had it with Katora in the game. Katora a little more aggressive going up the middle, trying to make something happen.
Whether it's Tapa or Oliat sneaking into the middle, or it doesn't matter, but somebody needs to be up there with him. He needs somebody to be able to flick the ball to.
And Jensen wasn't sure what to do there. He thought he could go back to Woodley, but probably conscious of wasting time. Now we're going to have a foul called. Or not.
I thought it was going to be a foul on North. Because Jensen got he got trucked from behind.
The AR gave it a waggle, but
yeah, well, but if the center referee is playing advantage, then the AR's signal indicated that North was going to get the ball.
1 minute remaining in the second half.
As it is, we're down to the final minute, and North's going to waste as much of it as they can here in the corner. It'll be a throw-in deep. Long ball out intentionally by North.
It's smart soccer.
They're just going to continue to do this.
Ball boys have got to help out here.
Egan's got to get it into the middle of the field. That looked like a handball. Didn't matter.
Yeah, Noel got away with one there. That could have been game over.
20 seconds. Egan's going to have a tough time getting it down and across the goal line in that short amount of time. Jensen throwing it as far in, and we are down to the last few seconds of the conference play, and that is going to do it. A disappointing loss, I don't mind saying, for the Wildcats, as they sure looked strong in the first half, but boy, Lakeville North found a weakness with several over-the-top balls, several breakaway opportunities They couldn't capitalize on all of them, but they did on 2.
And that's all they needed, Skip. And you're absolutely right. If the Wildcats had some chinks in the armor, they had some gaps that were available for a team to take advantage of, and the Lakeville Panthers took advantage of it. And the Wildcats will be frustrated, disappointed that they were not able to get another goal. Craig had a good game for the Panthers in net. Woodley had also a great game for the Wildcats. It was a close game. Neither team dramatically better than the other, but the Wildcats will feel like they've been a bit hard done by here with a 2-1 loss.
Yeah, a lot of times it comes down to which team finishes their opportunities more, and that is exactly what the Lakeville North Panthers did here today. That wraps up our coverage of the South Suburban Conference regular season. Unfortunately, a 2-1 defeat at the hands of the Lakeville North Panthers. We hope to be back next Tuesday for Game 1 of Section 3 in the 3A state tournament, the section for the South area here. It'll be Rosemount number 1. It'll be Eagan, hopefully, probably number 2. So it should be a winnable game. But that is going to do it here from Wildcat Stadium. For Nathan Cron, for the awesome Eagan TV crew, I am Skip Newton signing off for the evening. Once again, 2-1, Lakeville North wins. You've been watching Wildcat Soccer on Eagan TV.